Welcome everybody to another JDM racing video in F1 2021 My Team, and we are here in Baku, Azerbaijan for qualifying 1. We're on board and about to go on a couple of laps to try and get through the qualifying sessions. Let's see what we can manage. On board now.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
So we did improve, but not enough to get through to Q2. 17th on the grid it is.
A warm welcome to all of you watching at home to today's Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and a race that in its short history has already proven no stranger to drama. A fourth row start is just about as likely to give you a podium as a pole position would. And remember, in 2017 and 2018, both Lance Stroll and then Sergio Perez took surprise podiums here. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Anthony Davidson, what types of strategy do you think we can expect for today's event?
Well, there's a lot that both the driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery systems, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Norris, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Ocon, Raikkonen, Russell, Gardner and Mick Schumacher, Ireland, Giovinazzi, Latifi and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, so I think for the strategy, we'll stick with the default one. We'll bring fuel down a bit, but not too much. We don't want to be running out towards the end. I think, yeah, to be honest, softs onto mediums. That'll be the best way to go. Trying to move forwards, maybe gain a few places. Again, I don't think we've got the car to be going for points, but we'll just try and fight with the... I think in terms of development, we are in front of the bottom 3 teams. But we're still quite a way off of Alpine, so if we can get in and amongst the Alpines and maybe fight them and try and beat the rest of the guys behind us, then that would be a decent result. Maybe 16th or where we are in 17th will probably be about what we can manage today, but we'll just see how the race pans out. We might get lucky with some strategy or weather or crashes, or who knows. So we'll see, but pace has been okay. I think our pace was a lot better in practice than it was in qualifying. I didn't seem to be able to get the lap hooked up, even though the second run in Q1 was quite a bit better than the banker lap. But yeah, I think we'll just play it by ear and see what we can get away with. Let's do it. It's a good getaway. Russell. Oh! He's all over the shop on the inside there. Had to try and get out of the throttle to avoid him. We're getting squeezed. Man, there is just so much going on there in those first corners. Now we're going to try and defend. So we're up to 13th. We got somebody at Vettel coming down the inside there. As these guys ahead are banging into each other a bit as well. Heavy traffic. There's a lot of movement. We've dropped off the back of Alonso there quite a bit. Very close to that wall. So Verstappen looks like he's got into the lead then, in front of the two Mercs. Almost smashing it into the wall there. And again. Try and break the toe, he's sticking with us. Teammate status?
Say that again, we're having trouble receiving.
Teammate status.
We're leading our teammate by 2.5 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 18th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 55.8.
Vettel's got the run on us. That's even without DRS.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I think we may have just broken away outside of DRS from Vettel there, which is good news for us. Fuel's looking okay.
Gap to teammate behind is 3.4 seconds.
I'm wondering if Vettel and Russell have a problem, or if they're just squabbling. They might just be squabbling, which is allowing us to get away a little bit. Same with the guys in front, we close up to them a little bit as well.
Gap to car in front is 1.6 seconds.
Hanging out in 13th place at the moment.
push now. We're boxing this lap.
Alright, it's time to come in the pit.
Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stopped vehicles on the track.
Wow.
Some information on Latifi, they are out of the race.
Looks like they're... Oh, yeah, front wing damage as well. So there's a safety car.
Go, go, go. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So technically a cheap stop.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Overtake the safety car. You may overtake the safety car. It is waiting to pick up the leader.
We'll go lean fuel. So riding on board with Ocon, this is what happens. So Ocon coming up to the back of the Aston Martin in 13th place and then just loses it whilst trying to pull out the slipstream, and then there's just an absolute pile up. This is the view from Raikkonen's car. He does well to avoid it. Callum watching that go ahead and just can't. Oh, he gets absolutely done from the back by Mick Schumacher, I think it is. And then Leclerc as well. Here's Latifi, who's the other car involved. And here's Leclerc. Just straight down the middle of it. So absolute carnage. Takes out 5 cars. So I think there was an issue with Callum and a few other drivers in there. Some big accident.
Callum is out of the race.
There you go, and there's confirmation from Jeb. It's a full safety car as well. Can't remember the last time we had one of these.
Okay, we're reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Okay, so we've taken our position back. Pretty much at normal race pace at the moment until we catch this queue. Well, I can't really see where the accident was. Unless I'm just blind, but I don't recall seeing the wreckage of any other cars. I wonder if it's going to be this lap or next lap.
Safety car is in this lap.
Okay.
Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there is no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. green flag.
Here we go. Squeeze Gasly out on the side there. No DRS yet, of course. These guys are going to be warming their tyres up as well. Nearly crashed it. Got Kimi all over us. That was a bad couple of corners. Oh, I think Kimi tried to move
5 laps of fuel remaining.
up the inside, and we just clipped his tyre there. So that's he's spun back there. That's created a bit of a gap. Wow.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.7 seconds.
Oh, we're up in 9th. Didn't see that happen. So maybe there's some pit stops have happened. Maybe some of the front runners haven't pitted yet. Got caught out by the safety car. Yeah, I guess if they were on mediums, then that would have fallen right inside that window. So we're in the points now, due to the safety car and the strategy playing out. Five seconds is the gap back to Gasly and Vettel. We'll try and get onto the back of Russell here. Don't quite have the DRS yet, but we are in the slipstream.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
This is going to be a DRS train now, though. Couple of laps to go. Just need to close up on him down the back straight. Hopefully we'll get him in the DRS zone. Here's the DRS. He's going to squeeze us up to the wall.
Great maneuver. You made it look easy.
There it goes. It's going to try and follow us. We're going to use the RS to defend. We had a good old scrap with George Russell in, I think it was Imola as well. We seem to be on the same spot of tarmac this season, it seems like.
This is your final lap of the race.
Hamilton's behind. That was a big step out then. Russell's going to try and come back.
2 laps of fuel left.
So we're going to try and beat George Russell across the line. This is going to be 8th place. And our first points for JDM.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work from the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. And some pretty handy driving for good measure. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, you know what they say, to finish first you have to finish. And that fact was clear today, with lots of retirements having a big effect on the outcome of the race. As a driver, you tend to keep reliability concerns to the back of your mind and just focus on what's in front of you. But for the teams, races like this can be very stressful.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. That lead at the top of the table has shrunk somewhat today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Gardner. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Alright, so Carlos Sainz taking his first win of his career ahead of Lando Norris by a 1/10 of a second, both vying for their first win. And Lando gets the fastest lap of the race as well for the extra point. Sergio Perez third for Red Bull. And then you've got Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, and then ourselves in 8th for our first career points as a driver and for the team. George Russell in the 9th place in the Williams, and Gasly rounding out the points in 10th. So what happened down the back then? So Hamilton and Verstappen, I think, got caught out by the safety car and had to pit for basically an expensive pit stop. So while everybody was bunched up behind the safety car, they had to come in from the lead pack. So they would have been leading the race, I guess, first and second behind the safety car, and then had to peel off and pit, which would have cost them and dropped them right down the pack. So I don't know if they fought all the way back through, or if it was just a case of that's where they came back out and then they just couldn't sort of make up the ground. But and Bottas would have been included in that as well, I guess. So the top three, as you see on the grid there, 2, 3, 1, they were the ones that were caught out by the strategy for the safety car. So bit of a nightmare, really. And then I guess Ocon probably would have been around there anyway. And then Mazepin and Raikkonen spun after sort of clipping us down the back section of the circuit. So he was down the back as well. Then we had 5 DNFs. So that must have been a massive pile-up with our teammate Latifi, Schumacher, Leclerc and Giovinazzi all out. So I'd have to check on the highlights where that occurred, because that was a massive shunt that took out, well, almost a quarter of the grid, I guess. So yeah, obviously it's a bit of mixed emotions because we didn't want Callum to be taken out, but at the same time we did score points for the team, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. Let's check the highlights. So down the back there, we were trying to mix it up with the Williams. George Russell came steaming up the inside. We had to try and kind of avoid the Aston Martin on the outside and George on the inside. Getting a bit aggressive with Stroll there as well. Probably should have been a little bit more careful on the brakes, but I was wary of the people behind as well. Riding a bit of curb on the inside there. I honestly didn't think that we were going to be in a position to challenge for points, but I think you always know with Baku there's going to be safety cars, or at least the potential for safety cars, so you've just got to be there to capitalise, and that's what we did. And off the restart, yeah, we had Gasly. That was quite a vital move. This might have been Raikkonen. Yeah. So he corrected himself and kept going, but obviously lost the positions there. I think that was us overtaking some people in the pits. And then it was just a case of trying to catch George Russell to get the 8th place. So close to the wall in that cast section. Makes me wince every time watching it. And then just coming across the line ahead of George. So, a dramatic race, a very successful race for us, and we've just got to kick on from here. I think we've got some more developments coming. I thought that Canada was the next race, which ended up being this race. I honestly can't remember the grid's calendar, so wherever we end up next, I have a feeling it's going to be a stronger track for us. Middle of the season usually is, and then we'll take it from there and try and build on that points scoring. Like I said, I don't think that that's down to the pure pace of the car. I think we got lucky with strategy and crashes and stuff today, but you've got to be there to take advantage and capitalise, and we definitely were today. So definitely a positive one overall, but yeah, sad that Callum got taken out, but we will check and see how that happened. So if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're not already, and the only thing that's left to say is thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again very soon for some more JDM racing action. So until next time, take care guys.